It happened 16 times last year, and it's happening more frequently in college football. I'm talking about FCS upsets over the FBS. So what does it take to pull off such a feat? We got insight from the Liberty Flames and head coach Turner Gill. The Liberty Flames will venture into Kenan Stadium on Saturday against the 23rd ranked North Carolina Tar Heels, not just for a payday, but in hopes of making history. In over 2,300 games played between the FCS and FBS since the NCAA split Division I up in 1978, there's only been 4 FCS wins over a ranked FBS team. The biggest of those upsets came in 2007 when Appalachian State won at 5th-ranked Michigan 34-32. Liberty's not shied away from playing up from their FCS classification. In fact, the Flames have 2 such wins over the FBS in 1989 at Eastern Michigan and most recently 2010 at Ball State. Excitement surrounds the Liberty football program this week, and a win Saturday, the Flames say, will come down to a couple of things.
It takes a lot of focus and concentration when you're going against such a good team like North Carolina to be able to play mental mistake free all game for all 4 quarters in all 3 phases, and that's what it takes.
I think anytime one of those teams, FCS, beat an FBS team, those guys were confident. They weren't afraid of the guy across the ball from them. They understood that, you know what, these are humans, you know, and they played high school, same schools we went to, and they play college football. You still got to catch, pass, block, and tackle. And, you know, they're confident. And so I think when you're confident in your craft, confident in your calls and your coaches, it really sets you up to win a game like that.
The Flames' last 3 games against the FBS came against Wake Forest in 2012 and Kent State and Old Dominion last season. And while all 3 were narrow losses, it gives Liberty some perspective on what it takes to escape the cauldrons of an FBS venue with a win.
You got to play everything well. The ball, if you want to say so-called, bounces your way. Some play in the game is going to have to go positive for us. There may have to be 1 or 2 plays that has to go positive for us to keep it. But you got to stay in the game for those first 2 or 3 quarters.
It's going to be all 4 quarters. We can't do it for 3. You can't do it for 1 quarter. It's going to take all 4 quarters, like I said, of all 3 phases, really, to come out there and surprise the world.
The chips may be stacked up against Liberty going into Saturday, but that hasn't precluded the Flames from dreaming about walking off the field in Chapel Hill with a win over the FBS.
It would be great, you know. That would be a big momentum builder into our season, you know, giving us great confidence to go the rest of the season and to keep doing what we're supposed to be doing. So it would be a great feeling if we could come out with a win.
It'll really be all the time we put into it since December. The hours, workouts, early mornings, film, studying, over, repetition, and it'll really, at that moment, it'll all come crashing down, like just emotionally, and you'll be just so happy at what you've accomplished.